Hey YouTube, I want to talk about my Umnumzaan I got just I think Friday. I've been carrying it over this weekend and I'm loving it. Honestly, the build quality and the feel of this knife, I'm a sucker for nice actions, and this has probably got the nicest action of any knife I've ever felt. And the build quality is phenomenal. It's amazing. I've handled a lot of knives, and this is the best that I've ever handled. I'm not saying it's the best out there because I haven't handled everything out there, but this knife, I love it. It does have some things about it I don't like, but just within these 2 days of carrying it, this is my favorite knife in my collection by far. I'll start with the things I didn't really like about it, and I've kind of got over them now because I've gotten used to the knife. But the first thing is the thumb stud on these. Obviously it's right next to the handle, but that's because it acts as a lock stop. But that doesn't bother me. It's just that it's so smooth and rounded. That's a little bit, when you first open it, you kind of have to like pop it and then open it, is what I was doing at the beginning. But kind of as I got used to carrying it and opening it, now I just use the meat of my thumb to do it and just carry it around. Next thing I didn't really like was, see how the handle scale on the locking side barely sticks out. At first I couldn't even close the knife when I got it. I was like, what the heck? You know, I can't get a hold of it. But now I use the same meat of my thumb and close it. So just something to get used to, but it's extremely smooth. The detent is amazing. Now you guys can see why I was wearing that Band-Aid. Just sucks it in there. And it's smooth. Blade centering, it's perfect. If you guys are familiar with the Umnumzaan, you'll know that it doesn't lock up locking bar to blade tang. It actually uses the detent bearing is at the top, and it's a really big ceramic bearing. My camera sucks so you can't see it, but it actually sticks up above the locking bar, and it's what contacts the blade tang, so the disengagement is really smooth. There's no stickiness, and you know, I hate sticky lockups. It's caused me to sell quite a few knives if they've been too irritating to close. I don't like them, but this one's really smooth. I really love the ceramic ball locking up with the blade tang rather than the titanium. There's a lot of reviews out there, so I'm not going to talk about specs or do anything like that, but I mean, in hand it feels pretty good. The jimping's not very good on the back, but it does have a thumb ramp, so you get plenty of traction. Traction on the handle is really good. This design actually gives you some pretty good traction. Main thing about this knife is its build quality. It feels not like any other knife I've ever felt. It makes it hard for me to even go back to anything else, really. I'll show you guys the size compared to some other knives, just in case you've been considering an Umnum. First off, here's one that a lot of people have, a Sage 2. You can see it's quite a bit bigger than the Sage 2. There's a cutting edge and handle length. Here is another one of my favorite Spydercos. When I first got this knife, I had a few negative things to say about it, but over time, this is probably my second favorite action on any knife that I've owned. The action is pretty amazing on this as well. So this is probably my favorite Spyderco. But here it is. Looks like similar in size. Looks like it might be a slight bit bigger than the Umnum. This is a phenomenal knife too, guys. Here it is next to the Bradley Alias. It's kind of hard to see right there, but it's actually a little bit bigger than the Alias, I believe. Yeah, slightly bigger. Alias has a really nice action too, and the lockup is smooth, easy to disengage, which I like. And here it is next to the ProTech TR3 manual, which is about the same size as the Alias. And last size comparison for you is the Spyderco Titanium Military. And the Titanium Military is definitely bigger, but I believe the cutting edges, yeah, it's still bigger. So there you go. Alright guys, I'm definitely going to be purchasing more CRK knives. They're nice. It's just like, just build quality is everything in these. They're not using any special materials that a lot of other people aren't using, but the build is what I'm a sucker for. I love that smoothness, that, I don't know, you, just like everyone says, you gotta handle one for longer than 5 minutes, because I've handled them for, 5 minutes before and just been like, whatever. But thanks for watching, guys. This is my Chris Reeve Umnumzaan.